Latof.
Turn them up.
No shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
We got Latof top right at bottom left. Yeah. Yeah, change it to an. Yeah, I'm turning Latof up. Yeah, it depends whether they talk or not. I'll turn the volume up a little bit as well. Yeah, I already turned them up. Thank you, Sean. Yeah, top spots again for Latof here. I think that's probably his favorite spots right now. Hard to come. Fury. Starting on the bottom left. Yeah, I don't think we'll see any shenanigans from it as well. But Ed, don't know. Ed is usually known for like shenanigan plays, right? Sort of out of the world, taking risks here and there. So seeing him against Latof will be pretty interesting. I think they have played before, if I'm not wrong. But the winner of this will play Frank. So we'll see. Yuri, I think Andy is better as allied in RA2. I'm not too sure about Soviet. Maybe he thinks otherwise. But in SVS, I think Latof would still win that. RA2 easy to rush a Sov.
How's my base looking for you, man?
It's dark.
It's half the map is dark for me too. Stop eating my dogs, man.
I still have one dog left. Oh my god.
I see it. You had one dog left. Oh man.
Okay, sorry, I'm just adjusting the volumes there for them. Yeah, this in here is dark each other. 4, 5, 6 mine is for Ed. Mine against drone for Latof. With a 6 for Latof as well. Is he gonna save that? Yeah, he is.
Both my tanks just missed your drone.
Yeah, I guess.
They both shot their shot and they both suck.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn them up a lot more because their mics are a little bit wonky. Ed moving towards the middle, getting those jams, without putting up the pressure, splitting onto the left side. Looks like miners are free there. Is Ed gonna notice it at all? He does not. Those two miners are gonna go down. He's now just standing around one single rhino. The miner basically gonna go down. Latof's gonna leave that there. Gonna target the tanks next. And putting on a counter push in the middle from the thinned out rhinos from Latof. No radar out just yet. Another warfighter comes along the top side. Gonna kill the ore. That's a radar. Oh dear, yeah, the radar is up now. Ed is just gonna sit and solidify his positioning there. He also has the gems in the middle. 4? 4, here. Well, I thought trying to get the rhinos along there. Ed's still killing the ore there. Giving Latof less of a chance to push. Gonna push onto the left side here. Bad idea if the Desos there. But the rhinos are good as fodder. Take care of the Desos, but he does lose his 2 rhinos. One of them, just a little bit of health left. And it's still looking good. 4 war factories on the gems.
Oh, sentries, man.
Sentries doing a lot of damage. That is why you put your sentries near the cliff. Because the glitching, the pathing around cliffs is so very buggy on RA2. They tend to go in straight line as well, so it's a little bit different. Yeah, look at that defensive setup. Ed trying to push on the right side, but gets meet with Desos and sentries again. And another Desos sentry on the other. And opening in his base. Where are the rhinos? Here they are. Latof's mine is now going towards the middle. He's gonna have to micro them. Ed pulling back. Okay, now that he builds on the left hand side, that's a little bit better. Ed did kill some of the gold though. I don't think he realizes that. So this is what I love about seeing Latof play. He has so many different tactics other than like straight rhino wars in the middle. This is why I love to see high level SVS games. They're splitting everywhere using Desos, drones to their advantages. And not just one single fight that will eventually determine the outcome of the game. The fight now going towards middle. Desos are coming in for Latof. And he has a split on the right hand side. And gonna have to defend as well. See as well Latof there. Control shifting. And it's gonna take all of his angles to the right hand side. Free reign in the middle. His NCV does get pulled back. So he's gonna lose his war factory in the middle, but he does get a gem, so he's gonna pull back and get the Desos in here. Get the tail end of his tanks Desoed. But that's okay. That's some really high level stuff that we love seeing from both these players. And now splitting onto the middle, left and right. So I'm looking at three-way split here. A lot of using the opportunity. Sorry, I was like, what the fuck I was gonna say. Using the opportunity to mine the middle. But now he has more tanks to the middle and on the right side to worry about. Three-way split here from Ed. Middle gets sandwiched. The top tanks are just running around rampant. And now the right side is coming in as well. Drones are out from Latof. Three-way split there from Ed. Not too much damage being outputted here as two of the splits get taken out. Ed still has a good economy here. He does have the radar for Desos as well. And his refineries in good position. Fortunately loses all of his Desos there. The miner should probably be micro somewhere else. Another split coming from Ed. Latof needs another sentry Deso up here, man. Second time Ed is coming around the top now. Latof tried to go in but just split his tank. So I'm gonna use the drones to defend. I don't know why that refinery was there, but it was there. And now Ed trying to push in. Sorry, Latof pushing it on the middle. Ed tracking back now to defend. Gonna dive for the MCV. Unfortunately, he does not get it.
Oh shit, that was close.
That was close to get the MCV there as Ed said himself. Now Latof with good tank control there, keeping them in the ball. Gonna chase Ed along the way. All the way down to the end of time. And with the drones not coming in at the same time. This is some good play from both players. Ed being the aggressive one as always. And Latof defending well and then hitting him on the counter. Really good play there from both players. And this looks like the first win for Latof
GG.
on this series. Yeah, man, Gene played Latof, but Gene, I think he just wasn't in the right mood to play, so we played a shorter series instead. And actually got some pretty funny matches there. Gene went full path in that first round, and then went Chen France on the second game. So I'm going DMZ now. SVS on DMZ. Ed going for the bigger jam patches. Latof going for both, but I think it's going for the smaller jam patch first as always. Latof's last day is gonna be next week. I don't know when specifically, but it's gonna be next week.
Nice build.
Where is he going? He's getting married, John. You want blood?
Oh, zero miner, huh?
I don't have miner, man. I forgot my refinery.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
So Latof saying that he forgot his refinery. Yeah, his refinery was just a bit late. Ed now going 1 miner. Latof going 0. Oh, Latof didn't get this building though. Ed is gonna be able to garrison these buildings here. It's gonna be huge. A power drop back in base. Almost takes out that miner. To no avail. And now Latof has to deal with these buildings. Does not want to get near them at all. Latof infamously known for not taking his garrisoning his buildings. Gonna meet the tail end of that colony. Deal with that pretty easily. Some chip damage off. Latof still on 2 miners. And his second war factory is out now. The first miner is down on gems. So it's gonna have to move it somewhere else, surely. Or get another miner out of the way. Another power drop dropping by the war factory, and some shoddy tank control from Latof. Taking a fight that he will not gonna win, most definitely. Power drop on the top for Ed. Latof's power drop not doing anything. Now 3 miners on the gems, facing 4 rhinos. The power drop though gets the power. Latof now on low power. He's gonna have to build another one. Sells that ref, but it's still on low power, I think. Seljugan and dogs take care of that power drop. Now Ed is trying to put some pressure onto Ed here. Ed wants to take out those rhinos, and he definitely will be able to. More reinforcements incoming. All of his tanks are smoking. No deaths over there. Latof comes out with a drone. More drones incoming.
Okay. That's
Ed losing that fight there. Not really getting much damage. Getting 1 miner out though. I don't think that miner was able to bank. So he did lose that as well. Latof building another miner from his refinery. Fortunately, rally pointed. Ed needs to keep on the pressure here to keep Latof at bay, which I think he will be able to, being the aggressive player that he is. Yeah, Ed is definitely winning, but I'm not sure. He's winning, but he's throwing away his units here. He's attacking over and over again, but keeps losing each fight. So if he can keep out the pressure and deny Latof from the money, which I think he is gonna do here. He's gonna go up, either get the MCV or get the miners. He's gonna go for the MCV. If the MCV is gone, Latof is done and over with. I believe he will lose that. Look at that micro pulling away. Latof finally sells, and a fuck ton of colonies come out of it. Latof can't really defend that much. He has no money, no rhinos, so the colonies are left. That pressure from Ed though did really well. I think Latof, because he was very late to his first refinery, which eventually costed it this game. There you go, calling GG, and it's 1-all. Excuse me, 1-all. No, Matt, it is all doing well and good. My WhatsApp is fine, Matt. Thank you very much for messaging me, Matt. Matt just WhatsApped me. I think his WhatsApp down? No, it's not. It's still the same.
Paths says you go 0 and I go randomizer and die right away.
Yeah, exactly. Like, legitimately got me the randomizer, and it is got on dry. That's really funny. But the SBS on dry heat means that Latof will go drone, get the drone in the miner, and then follow it up with 1 singular rhino onto the right hand side. He is starting on the top, which is his favorite spot. Oh shit, I'm not muted, sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh dear. Yeah, Latof will probably go with a drone and get the thing out of the way. First war factory is there? Yeah, Matt. Restart your phone, Matt. There's a drone. I think Ed will probably use the Connies to try and defend it. There's a drone of his own though. And he's going 0 again. Yeah, 2 Connies are enough to defend the drone. There's one drone in. The other drone is still alive and well. The window for getting a drone in that miner has gone. It's been depleted. Sorry, hold on, chat. If you're gonna, if you didn't, sorry. Actually, Fazli should have emailed the contractor about the aircon. So, if let's say Fazli didn't give the contractor an email about the aircon being on today, then you might have to use lecture room 2. Because if you didn't tell the contractor about the aircon, then he can't actually do anything. Ooh, Ed going super aggressive here. With the Connies as well. What is... no. Oh boy. Sentry's out there to help. Ed with some really good tank control there. Aggro, Ed. Another war factory is there. Ed's gonna go straight for it. Change the target to the war rhinos.
Ooh, nice one.
And the war factory goes down. It's nice, that was nice.
Oh man, you need to play Armageddon. Those eagles are, you can't dodge those eagles. That's way better.
Yeah, Latof going Korea. Sorry, not Latof, Ed going Korea. Could have probably gotten Latof to play some Armageddon. That would be pretty amazing, actually. To say the least. Quarter speak. Latof at top, at bottom. And Ed is actually in the lead. Oh dear. Yeah, Sean, your prediction was can Ed win 3 games? I think he will. He's on 2 right now. I don't think Latof is rusty right now at all. He was rusty after the Armageddon tournament when he came back. But after that, he kind of slowly started playing more, and now he's back. So we will see what's happening. Yeah, Ed is gonna build towards the bottom right hand side. Latof looking for a move instead of building down. Never mind, he's gonna build down. Double war though from Ed. 4 minus 6 for Latof. And look at that very nice build down to his bottom right. Latof having his second ref and war factory now trying to put on some pressure. Yeah, as moving towards the bottom right here is actually really good. Get some eco out of the way. Now the eagles are here.
Nice.
You saw in that game against Andy how good Latof is at sort of dodging the eagles. I think how he did it was once the eagle shot, he kind of just press click spam and click S at the same time, so it stops the move. Kind of slows the tank down, which helps it in dodging the missiles. But look at this beautiful build by Ed here, all the way down to bottom right. Bad passing there from the Grizzly. He's gonna get one miner. Oh, good micro there from Ed, throwing it away. Latof finally moving his MCV towards the bottom right hand side. Not really building there. He's gonna be mad with some Grizzlies though. Don't know where Ed is going with that. Turned around there, but decided to just go along with it. Now Ed with 4 eagles now. Miners on gems. I'm gonna chase the eagles all the way down. He needs to micro his miners and move them all the way to the right hand side. Another split going down the bottom right here. Ed hiccuping, making him lose his miner. His miners are mining dry now as well. The damage from the eagles there, Latof not seems to be dodging them at all. If Ed can micro these eagles well, which he definitely can, you could get the tank advantage numbers on his side. Unfortunately for him, there's more rhinos coming on the left side and from the top. So this is gonna be hard for Ed to handle.
No. Don't do it.
What's your left side, says Latof. Ed falls to pull all his lines onto the left side of his miner, but at the same time he's gonna lose more miners on the right hand side, and now another bunch of rhinos coming in through the middle. Ed being overwhelmed here by rhinos, trying to fend for his life with the eagles. Fortunately, they have not reloaded with that veteran eagle even. He's trying to save the eagles actually, but he's losing a lot on the left hand side. Miners go down. A lot of the miners are being microed all to somewhere else. Forced to sell on that MCV.
Yeah, I lost it once my tank split there at the beginning. That was no good. I lost too many tanks.
His Grizzly's gonna split
all
across.
of my tanks were, the health of my tanks were was yellow.
Jesus. Again, well played.
Well played 2-2.
And that pathing, I should have paid more attention there.
Yeah, hammer and sickle is underrated. Frank kinda just reminded me of it. I think I'm gonna probably put hammer and sickle in the map pool for the Taunt one as well, the 2v2 one. Taunt of Peril. Fucking Jalad.
Man, I don't know this spot at all. I did all check that.
Ed's saying he doesn't know the spot for bottom right.
Oh, okay. Not bad.
Yeah, just trying to find the gems there. One at the back, one at the front. It's an amazing map, by the way, if Jalad is around. It's like midnight for him, should be around. Bottom right is easiest. And they're pretty even. It's kind of like just take one quadrant, just copy pasted it, right? Because Jalad was too lazy. Yeah, the War Factory timings are identical. Ooh, look at that, the double war again from Ed. As Frank calls it, the Chinese opening. Going double war, Latof getting a miner droned. I think Ed is just blocking that pathway there, excuse me. For the refinery. Got 3 miners for Ed, just the 4 from Latof, and there's a 4th one coming up for Ed on the gem patch.
Oh, come on. Hit shot twice, too.
Yeah. Yeah, the money is very rich. Very rich. There's a lot of gems everywhere. But the important thing here is that you need to base walk and have the right base walking. Base walking here is not really that hard. I mean, just go down from the cliff. But what's good in this map is it's a lot like Coda's Peak. There's a lot of, yikes, a lot of room for tank control. And expansions. I think it could probably be moving just a bit of money, so players have to manage their eco a little bit better. Just like right now, it just popped out a bunch of refineries, and the gems are not too far. So if you put your refinery here, if you get the gems and the gold, it doesn't really matter too much. So maybe some gems need to be removed. Yeah. We got 6 miners for each. Third war out now from Latof. Ed's third war has been out for a long time. Still some cameraman work. There's a radar and a perfect opportunity to build down. Ed's willing to move his MCV down here. Or is he gonna move towards middle? Oh, is he gonna move towards the left hand side? That's an interesting spot. Oh, he's just saving it from the drone. Yeah, he's gonna move towards the left hand side. Save the drone. And then save the MCV from the drone. I don't know whether moving down to the middle, but that should be a better idea, like what Latof is doing. So that's the first difference in build that we're seeing on this map particularly. And another difference in build is of course Latof with his Deso Connies at the same time. Split coming up from Ed here. A couple times going along the top. Gets pulled back with the drone. Now Latof has a forward war factory. It means that he will have mid control. Not total mid control, but he will have a better chance of getting this mid control here. Ed prepping up with the drones. And bad tank controller from Ed, just taking out the tail end of his Connies, the Rhino, sorry. And Latof just a huge advantage to us, same with that shoddy tank control from Ed. More drones along the way. Latof is not gonna see it. A lot of his runners get droned. And Ed's gonna lose that fight along the top as well. Even with the drones coming in. That drone, dude. Took out so many rhinos. Last tank goes down along the top. Ed now sending in reinforcements bit by bit. Not really doing too much damage, and this should be it for Ed here. There's a lot of money, but the tank control there just letting him down at along the water here. Gonna try and drone whatever he can. And there we go. I don't know whether Ed would have stood a better chance if he went middle and built down towards middle. Because at one point the fire was somewhere towards the middle, right? And Ed chose to go along the top. His tank control let him down and Latof cut his tanks in half. So if Ed actually built towards the middle, he would have some rhinos ready to go behind that push from Latof.
GG. I don't know why I did that. I had like 10k.
Yeah. Shorty tank control. That is a 3-2.
I still need to figure the eco out.
Yeah, Ed had a lot of money. Just wasn't used that well. You could probably go like maybe one miner on that map since it's so rich with a lot of gems. You just need to put your refineries in good positions. Jungle, not Ellie. This is one of the maps in Latof's rotation. But I'm trying to think what map would favor Ed. City and the Siege. We'll go City and the Siege after this. I feel like that map sort of fits Ed's playstyle. If taking risks and doing like a 4-wall factory cell like Mikos does. We've got some Friday night entertainment. Well, I say Friday night. It is Saturday 8:50 in the morning where I am. Wait, does this work? I believe this works. Yeah, it does. It does work. Yellowstone is an ad map? Is Yellowstone or City and the Siege a more ad map? That's what I want to know. I can't see what color that drone is. That drone is yellow. 4th miner coming out now from... Oh! Bad control there from Latof. That drone. Yellowstone allows you to move around a lot. Okay. That's good on City Balati as well. Yeah, we've seen Latof lose in Yellowstone quite a bit, haven't we? Yeah, I'll go Yellowstone then. What was that control from Ed? He was hoping for the miner to turn around, I think, but it didn't really turn. 6 miners for Ed. Latof's zone 5. I think it's 6 about to come out now. There you go. Is he gonna spread his miners, I think, down there? Are we gonna see aggro Ed again? Still on 1 war factory. Latof or Ed built the second one. Latof now has a radar up.
Oh, you can build from that hill, huh?
Like it?
Nice. Yes, yes.
Yeah, Latof is talking about the war factory placement there with that ref. Ed. Yeah, I need to be careful there, but he had just like 4 rhinos sitting there while the rest were trailing sort of behind. He's gonna get chased here by Latof. Latof doing the right thing and not chasing him all the way to the end.
Died, huh? Oh.
Another miner there from Ed. Miner drone. 3rd war factory. Yeah, Ed is not being that aggressive this time. He's taking his time and building up. I think he tried to get a couple drones in. Latof now with the radar up and the sizable army is gonna go for the Deso Connie combo again. And another forward racks. He will be able to get those middle gems though. Ed is doing well on eco. Latof, I think Ed is on 7 for 4k. I can't see, but Latof is on 1k. Obviously spending money on the Deso Connies there. And an engagement from Ed there. Not too certain on... Yeah, I should have definitely not taken that engagement. But Ed being aggro as he is, he's gonna take the fight, but he is being pushed back now. And those Desos being control shifted, man. All the way through, and there comes the deploy once the Connies are down. And Edstein is going around the war factory into the radiation, putting a lot of chip damage on it, but Ed with the defender's advantage, the rhinos are coming a lot closer than Latof is having the he had the tank advantage, but the tank control proves to be Unsuccessful. Yeah, they're moving along the ward that really hurt him a lot, and the miner going down as well. Was it a miner? I think that was a rhino. No, Ed moves along the top, Latof moves along the bottom. Yeah, Ed has the tank numbers. But so far the death source has been hurting him a lot, like actually hurting him a lot. Ooh, going for a base trade. Ed has his MCV safe, Latof does not. He loses his MCV. Latof takes out the Wolf Factory and pulls back to defend against these rhinos incoming. But it's split onto the right hand side. Almost takes on the miner and the MCV. Latof chooses to go for the tanks instead. He will win that tank fight and eventually take out Ed's MCV. Ed kind of pulling back there on the left hand side. But it's not out fully yet. Ed manages to sell his MCV, getting some money out of it. There you go now. Latof pushed along top right is now being counter pushed by Ed. Fortunately, if he growed up his tank a little bit better, I would have won that fight a lot more clear cut. And now Ed with 3 control groups now along the top, middle, and along the bottom. Don't know whether that tank control was good or not, but Ed is pulling back. Latof pushing along the top as well. He needs to get his refinery out of the way and deny Ed the money. 2 AFK miners there. That's what's in the middle get deployed, and the bottom left expansion. And the split I get destroyed as well. Latof's miner going on a wild goose chase here along the middle, gonna get taken down by Ed. Another miners on the top right, they're getting hit. Why is those assets being deployed? I'm not so sure. No miners going down top right though. I think 1 miner went down from that refinery. And now Latof making counter push towards the middle bottom as well. That deals it pretty easily. Actually getting pushed back. So both players without an MCV. Latof can rebuild his, Ed cannot. Latof is broke. Way broke. Yep, he's gonna get pushed back on the top. And that's gonna go for the miner here. All of Latof's miners are dry. No expansions, no money. He's gonna have to sell something. Ed still has his refinery, which is making him a lot of money here. Gonna pick off some of the miners from the cliff. It looks like Ed is just kind of like making him lose a lot of money here and overwhelming him with tons of splits. Yeah, if Latof took out that refinery, it would have been over long ago. But because the refinery is still there and all of Ed's miners are there, he still can make a lot of money from it. Now the split onto the right, from the right onto the top left as well. Latof forced to make some drones to defend, but those miners are realistically gonna go down along the rhinos. And seeing an opportunity there with the tank control, just taking all of Ed's stuff, Latof's tanks out. Getting pushed back with the death zones though, control shifting and all. But then comes the reinforcements. Why does he have reinforcements? Because he has money. This is a really good game. Ed putting on the aggression, splitting him left, right, and center. And Latof just making a huge mistake in not taking out the refinery top right.
That's not what.
Yeah, he wants to get the elite deso. Yeah, really good defensive skills there. Latof is actually holding on really well. If this was any other player, they would have quit out immediately. But Latof won't give up without a fight. And rhinos do basically shit damage to Desos. They do quite a bit, but not that much. Another miner from Latof there, going around the water and getting taken out. at this final push from Latof here. It's gonna take out the refinery. But that veteran Deso, man, still keeps coming.
Good game.
There you go. Latof calls GG verbally. And Ed putting on a really, really good show there. Oh, drawing 3-all. Yeah, it's just that spot is a little bit meh, I think, is what the players are telling me. A lot of other people also think that those spots are a bit meh as well. This whole map is PS. Yeah, I'm not counting that win. Because we should have played another map if they didn't want to play it. Out of Latof's request to not count that win. City under siege. So Latof is gonna go for the opposite bunker. Is he gonna get it in time? I don't think he will. Yeah, Ed just gets one singular Connie into the other bunker, which denies that opposite bunker. Excuse me. A lot of the fight on this map.
Oh shit. Good stuff.
Yeah, I think Latof manages to sneak a Connie into the other bunker. He's just gonna get another Connie into there. A lot of fight, early fight in this map happens with the bunkers, right? Gonna have to get there along the way. Ed gets 2 Connies now in, but I believe Latof has the advantage here with more Connies in and even more incoming, and now the drone can easily get past there. I would garrison these 2 buildings as far if I was Latof, just to make sure no drone can get through. But he's gonna go with the the drone, the flak. For better control. There's a drone Latof, and there you go. Service depot comes out immediately. Latof not making a push. He went 0 there. He's gonna make a push here, trying to target the rhinos out of the way. And he will get those 2 rhinos out of the way, trying to go for the miner nest, but the sentry gun comes out now. And that miner will still go down from Latof. We saw aggro Ed previously, and now we're seeing aggro Latof. Getting 1 miner out of the way, Ed is now left with 2 miners, and that miner was full with gems as well. That's a definite win for Latof there, but the Ivan from Ed, fortunately not doing that much damage. Never mind, it did a lot of damage. He was still ticking. 1 oil down for Latof. I saw that flag trap, but I thought it was empty, but there was an Ivan in it. Latof now making a counter push. Sorry. Ed, making a counter push on the left side. Still 2 miners from Latof, which is why he's broke at the moment. Gets a lab out early. And the flak with another drone in it, yep. Latof now hanging back on those gems. On the gold, sorry. There's a drone now. Ed doing the right thing and targeting the oil around the back. I see he's out for Latof. No lab out from Ed just yet, and he saves that miner. This doesn't save his rhino though. The Deso is there. We'll be able to defend. Latof does garrison a couple of buildings on the opposite side. Now the split coming in. How will Ed defend against... How Latof, defend against the split. Doesn't have any Desos nearby. He's gonna go straight in here. Going for the lab this early might have been a mistake. He has 2 runners on the field. Ed has a dozen. And a very good play from Ed there to take the lead 4-3.
Damn, there were so many misplays in that game that I counted. Your miner was sitting there for a little bit too, huh?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, my first miner started mining ore. I was too busy trying to fight off your Connies in the bottom. And then you double drove me. That was nice. I didn't see the second one. I only repaired one. I didn't expect the second one. It killed my miner and then jumped
I
on my
didn't
tank.
count Yellowstone. I didn't count Yellowstone. I'm not counting
I
Yellowstone.
was like 0 all the time. Had no money.
Yeah, that miner AFK early on probably hurt.
What
Especially because you went
map
0.
can they go here?
I remember you used to go Korea here and on Poltergeist.
Yeah, poltergeist possible.
Alright. The second match on Tikal today. I didn't count Yellowstone because Latof told me not to count Yellowstone. Ed was okay with me counting Yellowstone, but Latof said no, and since Latof was the one that actually won there, and he said don't count it, I'm fine with not counting it. It's all for fun anyways. Tikal.
Jump.
Yeah, I was hoping for the dog to actually get the scout there. It's like Ed is gonna garrison his hut. Yeah, this map is very low on funds. This is actually one of the maps that actually plays really well, having low funds and not much gold on the map. There are 3 patches for each player and there's not even much gold on each patch. So on this particular one, players will really have to sort of use their units wisely, which is personally kind of calls for better games in my opinion. Especially for someone like Latof, right, who doesn't attack in one dimension. When Latof's attacking at you, he's thinking like 4 or 5 fucking D. You're thinking in TD. He'll go with his drones and then the fucking rhinos and the deserts behind that. So his attacks are very, very, very well thought through and coordinated. Yeah, Latof is playing chess. Ed is playing checkers. Is that it? But technically Ed is in the lead. Well, technically it's 4-4, but no, we're not counting Yellowstone. Second war from Latof is on the oil. Ed's war factory though is not necessarily on the oil, but next to the oil. Down cliff. I don't think he can build that. He needs to build further. He built that war factory there so he can build down. Top right side has the advantage of the oil being closer to the cliff, so he can build down here. And going for the aggression with the fodder. He's gonna go for the miner, gets the miner out, and then goes for the rhinos. But to what extent the fodder is there to help, but Ed loses that fight eventually. Aggro Ed striking once again with that MCV cell on 2 war factories and having two reps in good positions here. Lot of getting that radar out. Yeah, that fight from Ed at the start. If you wanted to take out the miner, he would have targeted the miner and get the fuck out of there. So Ed forced to sell that last one war factory he had by the oil. And the...
Oh, nice sentry gun.
Sentry placement there. A lot of chip damage. And the Desos will just corner Ed's rhinos in. He does have a couple rhinos back in base. But he is realistically cornered in his zone. In his opponent's base. Almost takes out their miner. Doesn't really get there. Chad, what's a good map for Ed next?
Oh,
Player defeated.
not that.
So the miner was down, so 28, I think. Yeah, Ed turned that around there. Alright.
Tech building captured.
Precat. A lot easier to handle. Decorative gems. Anyways, Polter.
I was making an engineer. Good thing I didn't.
They had made an engineer, but I could cancel it. A poltergeist, poltergeist, polterduck, poltergoose. What comes after poltergoose? Polterswan? Poltergeist, poltergeist, polterduck, poltergoose, polterswan, polterseagull. First of all, from Latof and Ed goes on the expansion. Am I okay? I am okay. I'm just a bit hungry. His lost his mind. That is quite a possibility. Yeah, the thing I like about this one is it's very open and it's very you need to be on the ball and be ready for any split that comes your way, because your opponent does have an expansion, especially in this kind of spots.
No.
The drone gets in there. I think Latof's gonna fall in with the Rhino. Typical Latof on this map. He's gonna lose that miner there. Ed does not get that drone in time. Latof 4 miners all on gems. Ed has 2 miners, 1 gem, so he's 2 miners behind here. So Latof doing what he does best. Kind of a trademark play from Latof on this map at this point. So Ed could have probably predicted that and put a sentry gun down to defend. Drone gets into the Rhino. He's gonna build a sentry gun to kill that Civics miners. But again, Ed following up. Latof, sorry, following up with that miner. And another refinery pops out here. So Ed is 3 miners behind. All of them dead. And that's some huge economical damage to Ed. Yeah, that's what I'm saying about the splits, right? There are 2 ways that you can be attacked from, so you need to be aware of any splits anywhere. More drones incoming now. Ed was in the back foot, but he is ahead on Rhino numbers now. The fodder coming out from Latof. The drone being taken care of by that miner. And again, another miner from Latof getting into Ed's miner. The drone from Latof, sorry. That's like 3rd, 5th time now that Ed has to rebuild that refinery. The drone is still there. Can definitely get into another miner right now. Goes in the Rhino instead. So Latof being the more aggressive one in this map, actually with that drones and the Rhino. It's paid off. Ed does not get his gems. Or he does, but doesn't finish it. And spent a lot of money on rebuilding the miner, and now the split is coming in onto the top. Ed pulls back all of his rhinos there. Latof has a clear opportunity, and he does start to move. Ed goes through the middle, hoping for a base trade, which I don't think will work from him at all. Latof again chasing those miners down. Ed going towards middle, turning around and then turning around again. Can't make up his mind on where he wants to go. Latof is on tech now. With that battle lab, Ed's gonna lose his NCV. And Ed is just slow on that trade. And he loses the tank fight as well.
Player defeated.
It is 5-4.
Tech building captured.
It's starting on the top left hand side. Latof on the bottom right. Is that a walkie talkie from Ed? Yeah, I think it is. This is Ed's final opportunity to win a series against Latof. Well, if I count the Yellowstone, it would be 5-5, but we're not gonna count it out of Latof's request. So it is his final opportunity to shut Latof out here in a possible 6-4 upset. And then maybe we'll have Ed play Frank later on after this. Double drone. But yeah, I've talked about this before. Legend does the double drone a lot, right? And a lot of the times he wins because of that double drone. And before Latof actually played Legend, I've never seen him go double drone. But after he played Legend, now he's going double drone. It's a little bit of a trade-off there. A double drone from Ed as well. Latof gets one minor drone. The other still just hanging around. Saves one of them. The thing about double drones is you need to hit them both at the same time at different spots. So Latof needs to get one drone in that top right expansion and one drone in Ed's space. So that way he will guaranteed lose one, but the awareness from Ed there just to take out that one drone hanging by the tree. By the tree. 4, 5, 79, 69. Hooray! Twee to swum. 3, 5, 4 thumb. Tweedle do tweedledum. That's the word I'm looking for. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minus from Ed. Latof has 5, 6 on the bottom right. Nothing on top left from Ed just yet. But 2 war factories now. Latof has 2 at the same time. 3 and a drone. Oh yeah, he only got one drone in, the other one is still alive. 8 miner coming up from Ed. On that top, you probably walk all the way to the left hand side. There's no war factory from bottom right. So Latof's gonna bring his rhinos around to help defend that. And radar, probably another Rex coming out here in a bit. There you go. Get the Desos nice and early. No radar from Ed for any Desos. I rarely see him use Desos actually. But they are there if he needs to with the sentry gun as reinforcements. Oof, I missed that. Ed trying to push in that Desos are there to defend. And he probably won't get any damage out. Yep. He tried to go in with the drone at the same time, but the miner was quick to react to that.
Yikes. Well done.
Exactly. Now with the split.
Do it up. I'm ready.
Not doing much. Yeah, the split, they're not doing much. Means that his main army is being thinned out. Now Latof can go in with the split and chooses to go.
It's alright, I'm ready now.
And goes to defend the split, and Latof can do some damage on the top. They're getting rid of 2 war factories. Slow his expansion onto the left side. to get the gold. Not having any fodder. And just pushing Latof back there, catching the tail end of his tank line. But more reinforcements here from Ed. He does not want to overcommit to this. He does overcommit to that. And gets taken out with the reinforcements coming in. The fodder out of position and pulls them back into position. But he is out tanked, and fodder does not matter if you're out tanked by this large of a margin. Overcommitment there from Ed.
20k right now. I forgot tanks when you were attacking. That's why I said, I was such a noob.
And he didn't get the gems yet. Top left is absolutely empty. Latof forcing his way through S base now. Keeping the tanks at the ball. Lovely tank control. More reinforcements coming from Latof, just cleaning up everything with the elite. Out of the blue. He rebuilds the 2 war factories, but it is GG. And it is 5-5 in match points. Alright, 5-all. Last one. I say this is more of a Ed map.
Recap this. FYI, Olaf. That way you can let off. Oh, I called you Olaf. What?
It's not pre-capped.
Oh.
Yeah, it's in battle, so I assume it was pre-cap, but I think it's not. Yeah, the map not being pre-capped even though it's in battle. Yeah, I would say this is sort of an Ed map. It's a lot smaller. It's a lot more smaller. Ed does have a lot of room to be a little more aggressive. But it's definitely a Latof-sided map on the other side of the coin because it's a lot smaller, a lot more choke points, and Latof can definitely camp a little bit more here. But we've seen him play on thin ice and sort of choked it at the same time, Latof. So it is a little bit interesting to see how this will go. If Latof can get an efficient double drone here, that'll be game ending for sure. He goes with the one singular drone though. Not quite double drone, and it goes 0. The last time we saw Latof play on this map, he went 0 and then did a bit of minus behind that and didn't get the gems. So both players identical builds, going 0 miner in the middle. With 1 miner back in base as well. So it's all down to how they use these tanks. Ed is gonna go around. Latof brings the drone around as well. I don't know where Ed's drone is going. He's waiting for an opportunity to get into that miner, but the sentry gun is placed there defensively. Ed is now with more tanks coming in. What is Latof building? He's building... Excuse me. He's building some rhinos, but it was a bit delayed there. The rhinos were coming out. Ed does get a couple rhinos droned there. Latof just picking them off, and now the tank control there. A bit dodgy from Latof. Getting 2 tanks caught out there, but more reinforcements coming in. Ed has to pull back now. Another war factory comes out for Ed in the middle. Latof builds a service depot. Ed on the war factory advantage now. With the fodder, he had the tank advantage, but threw it away. And more reinforcements coming in. That'll help Latof in his journey. Get tanks at 1 hit. The other tank's gonna die to 1 singular rhino. Now Latof going with the split throughout the bottom. He's gonna go straight for the jugular. Latof on 4 miners now, all in the middle. Ed only 3 miners. None of them getting the other patch of gems just yet. Bob, chill, man. I don't know what you're on about. No need to pick fights over here. 2 war factories for Ed. Latof still that one single war factory. He's trying to split along the top. But Latof sees it and goes with his own split towards the bottom. He does have a miner on the gems now as well. So does Ed. Ed sells the war factory. What is his play here? Ed trying to group his tanks up. Latof stays on the other side. He will lose 2 rhinos to it. Trying to use the cliff to his advantage. Yeah, he is a random bomb. Bobman is a good friend of mine, guys. So just chill. He's not a random guy from nowhere. He's a pretty funny guy. If you've seen the viral FC video of him screaming, that's a guy. So now Ed going all in, bringing his miners along with him. The miners would deal with the deserts pretty easily. So that's an advantage that he has. Latof pulls back his miners to the other gold patch because this is dry, and to help defend it as well. He's trying to use the cliff to his advantage, snapping off some of the miners there. Takes out the radar so he can't build any more deserts. 3 deserts left in his army. He's gonna hide behind his war factory. One of the rhinos get droned. Central gun comes out now. Desert's getting deployed. He can definitely use the cliff now, Latof, but he's gonna deal with the drones first. And this has to get destroyed. Final war factory goes down. Never mind, he has one more in base. Ed being very, very precise with his tank control here. Minor fodder gets eliminated out of the way. And now Latof with that tank number advantage. He's gonna chase him down and Ed calls GG. That is 6-5. Well played, boys.
How come I didn't get my favorite map pick?
You didn't ask me. I don't know.
Can't play local series.
Oh, no.